Bureau Report, Republic TV.
So is the Modi wave unbeatable? Let's say good evening to our panel of guests. Rajiv Pandey, spokesperson of the BJP, along with Karan Verma, who's an author and political analyst, Suman C. Raman, and Zeba Yasmin is the national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Let's first up take this question to Zeba, and then I'll open this with Rajiv and to Karan. You know, Zeba, just about yesterday we were debating about the lack of opposition unity, whether it is a Mayawati, whether it's an Akhilesh Yadav. They all do not want to go with the Congress party. The opposition is confused. You're looking at so much trouble in the Mahagathbandhan in the state of Bihar. We do not know what will happen in Uttar Pradesh and a lot of other states. The BJP is clear. The BJP has sounded the poll bugle, Zeba. What about the opposition? How will you fight the BJP come 2024?
We still have time and you'll come to know about the strategies. If we talk about Mayawati ji, she announced that she'll be fighting alone. That's her own decision. But we are trying, as an opposition, we are trying to, bring on like-minded ideologies together. And on 17th and 18th, Mani Rashtriya Adhyaksh Akhilesh Yadav ji is going to Telangana as well. We have, discussions with many leaders, and we are trying to collaborate with like-minded ideologies, and we'll soon open up with our strategies as well.
Why Zeba is Akhilesh going to meet with KCR? Because, the Congress has not even invited him for their Srinagar rally, for the opposition show of strength. So, is the opposition really confused, Rajiv? I know you're going to be, actually enjoying this kind of a, cat fight that's happening amongst the opposition, because no one knows who's talking to whom. Everyone seems to be talking to everyone, but still, Zeba, why so much confusion in the opposition ranks today? Is Akhilesh Yadav also a prime ministerial face, Zeba?
Yet it has not been announced, and Akhilesh ji has already said that he is not a PM candidate, and we will just support the opposition.
He is not
strongly. Yeah, he's not. He has said that he is not a PM candidate. We will fight in UP strongly.
He doesn't
and
want to
then
be the prime
support
minister, or he cannot be the prime minister.
No, this is not how we are going to fight. Every party, every state party is going to perform well in their state, and then we'll collaborate at the national level. And then we'll decide. That will be a better time to decide then.
Okay, interesting. Rajiv, I know you want to come in, but I have to ask one more question to Zeba, and then I'm going to come to you. Zeba, the Congress party has invited all the opposition leaders in Srinagar on the 30th. Is Akhilesh Yadav going to head to Srinagar then?
The schedule hasn't been planned till 30th. I just know that on 17th and 18th he's going to Telangana, and later on we'll decide. If circumstances decide, then let's see.
Okay. All right. So, Rajiv, the deal is that there is a deal, but still there is no deal. Rajiv Pandey. So the opposition is confusing everyone. But is the BJP running some kind of scared of the Bharat Jodo Yatra? Or you believe that the more successful the Yatra is, Rajiv, it helps you to pitch the battle of Modi versus Rahul Gandhi, and that is advantage the BJP, Rajiv?
First of all, Modi wave is unbeatable, you have put, and that is true because of the delivery to the people of this country. What?
The reason is only one. The reason is BJP is working towards the betterment of the people of this country.
People of this country
is always in the poll mode. Now I am coming to your point. BJP is not at all concerned about what Rahul Gandhi ji is doing, his Bharat Jodo Yatra. Whole country knows very well that this is not Jodo Yatra, it's Toro Yatra. That's why they are going to Srinagar. And one of the parties saying, their spokesperson has said that we'll bring back Article 370. Now they should put in the manifesto that yes, we will bring that Article 370 and let people of this country decide. Now it is that Modi versus all. The issue is, it is all. That is true. One is led by Nitish Kumar, another group led by KCR, third is led by Mamata Banerjee, fourth is led by, I don't know, maybe Akhilesh Yadav or Rahul Gandhi. So there will be 5 groups against Modi ji, against the BJP. Because BJP alliance partners and BJP are well-stitched alliance, and our supporters, we know what for we are working. The larger question is, the BJP is working for the betterment of the people of this country, and people will decide on that basis. Right now, you can make any alliance. You can make any alliance. But what is the program of that alliance? Jebaji is saying that we'll stitch alliance. Then Mamata Banerjee may be having one stand on one issue. Akhilesh Yadav ji is different, having the different stand. What is the policy and program? This kind of situation India has faced, and you can remember one thing. In 1989 to 91, our foreign reserve was around $1 billion, and because of these kind of things, what has happened that we had to, mortgage our gold. So people will remember what was the situation of the.
Okay, Rajiv, that is a part of an election speech. We'll leave it for some other day, because this conversation actually is going to continue for the next 16 months. Before I come to you, Karan, Dr. Suman C. Raman, how do you read into, what the BJP's plan, their readiness is looking like today versus the opposition? And do you believe the opposition even has a challenger today?
First of all, the BJP as a party traditionally is first off the blocks. They are very well organized. They have a extremely disciplined cadre. So it's no surprise to me that they are already starting their preparation. Now, 16 months is too early a time or too long a time to actually make a firm prediction about the result of a general election. But I think the opposition, rather than look at strategy or a prime ministerial candidate or a common minimum program even, should primarily be looking at putting one candidate against the BJP, one single candidate against the BJP in at least 400 seats. Now, that should be the bottom line.
So you think it should be a united opposition?
Absolutely.
Dr. Suman, that's what you're saying. It has to be a united opposition.
And targeting.
Yes. Instead of an Akhilesh and a Mayawati fighting, against each other. But that's exactly what's happening in Uttar Pradesh, Suman. That is what Benji has said. That no alliances with the Congress, no alliances with Akhilesh.
See, the bottom line is that many of these opposition party, quote-unquote opposition party leaders, do not mind doing deals with the BJP. So, I don't want to go to the extent of accusing Ms. Mayawati of basically doing a deal with the BJP, but she knows very well that her contesting alone is helpful to the BJP. Who are you alluding towards?
It's Benji?
Absolutely.
It's Benji and the BJP have struck a deal.
Clearly, she's helping the BJP. Whether she's actually doing a deal with them, I do not know. But clearly, her contesting on her own is helping the BJP. So, like this, Aam Aadmi Party is now very convenient. Wherever the vote needs to be split, Aam Aadmi Party is ready to help out. In Gujarat, they will split the vote. In Punjab, they will split the vote. So I think that the opposition parties, if they are serious, will have to get together and decide. We will talk about prime ministerial candidate after the event if we win, which itself is a long shot at the moment. But the first priority is to see how we can put up one candidate, one common candidate against the BJP in 400 plus seats. If they do that, they will be in with a fighting chance. If they can't do that, then the election is a foregone conclusion.
Okay. Karan, do you want to weigh on this quickly before I open this to both Zeba and Rajiv, who I think should respond to this, but unfortunately we do not have anyone from the Bahujan Samaj Party or the Aam Aadmi Party yet on the panel, but we had them yesterday, and Karan, when we asked them, they said Behenji will win the state of Uttar Pradesh hands down. Karan. So, this again is a foregone conclusion. The moment you have the anti-BJP vote, that splits, Karan, it is advantage the BJP.
Absolutely.
Deepti, it's not Behenji, it's not Bhaiya, it's not Didi who's going to decide the next prime minister. It's the people of this country who are going to decide the next prime minister. And Narendra Modi is not scrambling for an alliance with anyone but the people of this country. When he gives them 3 crore homes, when he gives 10 crore people gas connections, when he gives 47 crore people bank accounts, when he gives them 11 crore toilets, then you know that he has an alliance with the people. It's the people who are going to vote for him. You can come up with all the electoral arithmetic you want, but it's the chemistry with the electorate that counts. Unfortunately, this is not what the opposition gets. They will continue scrambling for alliances. Nothing is ever going to work. I don't know when this is going to finally percolate in their dense heads, because they need to hit the ground running and work with the people. Look, wherever they get a mandate, what happens? What did the Congress do in Rajasthan? Rajasthan is the rape capital of this country. It is the worst in law and order. It is the worst in unemployment. It is the worst in VAT rates, high VAT rates as far as petrol and diesel is concerned. What did they do in Punjab when Congress had an alliance? They fought with each other.
Karan,
Truth of the matter is they can't
like
even
I said,
handle a mandate.
I'm not going to state specifics right away, Karan, but if you look at the big picture, obviously you're trying to allude to the fact that 2024 is a done deal. But Zeba, why don't you comment on this? Because you are the face of the opposition here. Before I come to Rajiv, Zeba, you're the face of the opposition on the panel. Tell me something. Why was it difficult for Akhilesh Yadav, for Mayawati, to extend support to Rahul Gandhi and the Congress's Bharat Jodo Yatra? Or you got scared that in case the Congress, gains traction, they will eat up your vote bank?
No, I mean, we are not scared of anybody in Uttar Pradesh. If you see the vote share in 2022, Congress stands nowhere, and even BSP stands nowhere, just 13% vote bank and one seat. So I don't think as an opposition we have anybody else in UP. So we are not scared of anybody. Yes, had we gained confidence in Congress, we would have jumped in, right? So opposition would stand with a party where.
So you basically are saying that you have no confidence in Rahul Gandhi and the Congress, Zeba. That's what you're saying.
Till now,
that's what
we
the
haven't
Samajwadi
got
Party
any
is
such-
saying.
Let me complete. Till now, we haven't got any offer wherein
Yes.
we can gain that confidence. So we are working on the strategies. We have.
What
time
offer do
in
you
hand.
need? What offer
We
do you
will.
need that make Akhilesh Yadav the prime ministerial face?
No.
That is the offer that you're waiting for from the Congress party?
Akhilesh
Then what is
Yadav
the
ji himself declared that he doesn't want to be PM candidate. He just want to support opposition at a national level. Yes, when all the opposition, all the parties would sit together, we'll see what good offer we get.
Can I, Deepthi, just one point.
Who's going to give you an offer? Yes,
Just one point.
yes, Sumant quickly. Sumant quickly, then Rajiv and Karan. Sumant.
I think a lot of the strategy of the opposition will depend on the results of these 9 assembly elections, particularly the results in states like
In 23,
Karnataka,
yes.
Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Telangana. These are fairly big states. So that would give you a better idea of which way the wind is blowing. And many of them, except in a state like Karnataka, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh are essentially
Yes.
bipolar fights, Congress versus BJP fights. So it should be possible for us to get an idea, is the Congress reviving? Is there any hope of them cobbling up a decent show in 2024? So the strategy of the opposition will depend.
Okay.
If Rahul Gandhi is able to pull off 3 or 4 wins out of these 9 states in 2023, he will become a focus or a nucleus around
He
which
did
the
that in
opposition
2018.
would be able to mount a
Didn't
challenge.
matter much in 2019, Dr. Raman. He did that in 2018, if you remember. They won Rajasthan, they won Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, but they lost badly into
No, can I come
2019
in? You
elections.
asked
Yeah,
me the question. Can I come
I
in?
do agree, but I'm saying right now that's the only hope for the
Rajiv.
opposition. If they do badly in the assembly elections as well, then they're
So, okay,
it's going to be very
basically what
difficult
Sumant
for,
is saying, what Zeba is sitting back and watching, what Akhilesh and Mayawati are all watching for Rajiv Pandey is to see how the Congress fares. If the Congress does good, it's only then that, you'll have people like Akhilesh and KCR and who will be willing to work under Rahul Gandhi, though I'm still not clear because, the Aam Aadmi Party,
There is no need
whether
to
it's
work
K.
under
Chandrasekhar
anybody.
Rao
The
or
aim
even
is
the
to win the
likes of a Behenji or Akhilesh.
See, the
Right
question-
now,
No,
extremely
but tell me the
reluctant to work. Even a
I'll tell
Jagannath
you.
Reddy, for that matter, even a Jagannath
I'll tell you
Reddy,
the
Dr.
reason.
Sumant,
I'll
unwilling
tell
to
you the
work with
reason.
the Congress. So Rajiv
Jagannath
Pandey, in the middle of all
Reddy,
this,
nobody
I
has
must
to
not
work
let you
under
go
somebody.
without having
No, no,
asked
no.
the question. Rajiv Pandey, the Aam Aadmi Party, Mayawati, the BJD, the YSRCP, are these all working like your B teams as the opposition alleges?
I'll tell you that is the allegation is made by other opposition party. I don't want to fall into that accusation. I don't want to comment. Two things I want to say. Jebaji on your channel has categorically stated that Samajwadi Party does not have confidence in Congress Party and Rahul Gandhi. That is the one takeaway of this argument.
Yes.
The second point is Sumant Siraman is the right now opposition face in this program. He is saying that Bahan Kumari Mayawati is working against Samajwadi Party, but he is forgetting the 2019 results. You know, BSP got 10 seats and Samajwadi Party got only 5 seats in 2019. He's forgetting this. You know what has happened in this country.
What happened in the assembly election thereafter?
But you are also forgetting, then Rajiv Pandey, you're forgetting what happened in Bihar.
What happened in
You're
the assembly
forgetting
election
what happened in Bihar. The classic case of Owaisi. The classic case of Behenji, and you know her vote poll in the by-polls in Uttar Pradesh. Something that the opposition cites again and again. But Zeba, if you today allege that the BJP is wanting to split the opposition, see, at least the BJP has a plan. When you're in politics, you're there to win an election, Zeba. What is Akhilesh Yadav and the likes of a lot of other opposition parties today even wanting to win? There is no hunger. We don't see them even trying to win an election.
No, the reason is that they know very well they cannot defeat
BJP
Honorable
has
Prime Minister
only one
Narendra Modi.
plan,
That's why
that
they
is
are
to
not.
cooperate with Team B. They always prepare a Team B in every state, and this is the plan of BJP, right? As Rajiv was saying, that BSP
So
got
what is your
10
plan?
seats. Let me tell. As Rajiv was saying that in 2019, BSP got 10 seats. But how come they got 10 seats? Before that, they had 0. And they got 10 seats when they collaborated with Samajwadi Party. And in assembly elections, again, they came to
And
1.
you got only
It
5
shows
seats.
that what is the power
You
of
got
BSP
only
and
5
Sapa.
seats.
We have shown the power what BSP has and what Sapa has. So that is very clear in UP now. I don't have to again explain it. In 2022, it is very clear the main opposition is Samajwadi Party, not BSP, not Congress. And as Rajiv is saying,
But how
that
will
we
you
have
win
no
the 2024 elections? That's Zeba. I want to know how will you win those 2024 elections?
National election
Going by the Lok Sabha tally,
I
the
completely
state of
agree
Uttar
with
Pradesh
Sanjay.
has 80 Lok Sabha seats. If you have Behenji fighting differently versus an Akhilesh, though Jayant Chaudhary, remember, has extended support to Rahul Gandhi, so people are saying all is not well between Akhilesh and Jayant also. And you know what is happening in the state of Bihar already.
No, there's nothing wrong between Jayan ji and Akhilesh ji. We will sit together before 2024 and we'll decide whom to support. Because we still have time in hand to see.
You
who is
say
the powerful
this,
person
Zeba,
to
you say this at the eve of
oppose
every
BJP.
election. Dr. Sumant Siraman, does the opposition even have the hunger to fight and win an election, Dr. Sumant Siraman? Do you see that in the opposition at all?
Like I said, Deepti, it's way too early for us to start writing off the opposition. And I think a few states could hold the key, particularly what happens in Madhya Pradesh, what happens in Karnataka. I would be extremely interested because if the
Raman, one small question, Dr. Raman.
One second, sir. I know an assembly election does not
9 out of 11
necessarily
seats in Chhattisgarh. What are you talking, sir?
Sir, 1 minute. I'm talking. Please, I didn't interrupt.
Please talk about Delhi also, Rajiv. Please talk about Himachal also, Rajiv.
You are forgetting.
Zeba, Delhi just has 7 Lok Sabha seats. Zeba, Delhi just has 7 Lok Sabha seats. That is your problem. And you know, Sumant, I beg to disagree. The problem with the opposition is they believe they have all the time in the world, Karan. They believe they have all the time in the world. They will organize. They will sit together over, chai pani. They will discuss what has to be done. And look at the BJP. The day the results for the Uttar Pradesh elections were announced, Karan and Rajiv Pandey, we've seen the Prime Minister the very next day in the state of Gujarat holding a road show.
Yes.
And look at the results in Gujarat, Sumant. That is the difference between the opposition and the BJP.
Dr. Suman,
it's
Dr.
also,
Suman
it's
talked
also
about
partly
fighting
because
every seat.
the
Dr.
BJP,
Suman, just one
the
second.
BJP as it
You
stands
spoke
today,
about fighting an
simply
election
cannot
on every
win
seat.
an election without the Prime
How
Minister
can you win a
campaigning
national election
extensively.
without a national
And
plan
there
in
it
place,
is going
sir?
to be even more interesting to see how the Prime Minister can campaign again across the length and breadth of the country, because the BJP now does not have a second rung leadership who can win individual states
Dr.
on the
Raman,
might of
Dr.
their
Raman,
own
just one
charisma or
question.
personality, except in 3 or 4 states.
Sumant,
can you
that is a
fight a
claim that
national
can be
election without a
debated.
national
Can you
plan?
tell me where is the
If
second
you are
rung in
saying
the
all
Samajwadi
these
Party, in the Bahujan Samaj Party, in the Janata Dal United, in the YSRCP, in Telangana? Can you tell me where
But
is
they
that
are all-
second rung? I don't know,
What is
Sumant,
your
what you're
defense
talking
They
about.
are
See,
all
because if the
regional
opposition...
parties
What
with
is
The
your
regional
opposition
policy?
leaders.
today
What
is
is
not
your
able to
leader
do
going around the
anything,
state?
Karan. Come
Here
2024,
there is
a lot
one
of
leader
these
for the whole
regional
country.
parties will become history. Karan, isn't that true?
No, absolutely. And Deepthi, what will be their economic policy? What will be
Correct.
their foreign policy? They have to come together. How can you say we'll fight each seat? Do you think the Indian electorate is so naive that they are going to vote for you in a national election
Do you
without knowing
remember
your
India
national policy?
Shining?
In which
Do you
world are you
remember the
staying?
India Shining
Today,
campaign
the
of
acumen of the
2004?
electorate is of an order where in a national election they vote for the BJP on 7 seats and in assembly elections they vote for an Arvind Kejriwal.
Do you remember
Can you
the
win a
India
national
Shining
election without a
campaign
national
of
policy?
2004?
Dr. Sumansi Raman,
Okay.
in which world are you staying?
There was no
Deepthi.
planning before 10 years back in India.
In which world are you
Sumant, quickly.
staying?
Sumant, quickly. I'll give the last word to Rajiv Pandey. Sumant, only 10 seconds.
Yeah. I just want to know whether all the panelists on this program
Yes.
remember the India Shining campaign of 2004 and what happened to that. What did the opinion polls say before the 2004 general
leave aside
election?
the
Which
opinion
party
polls.
was
The
predicted
Congress
to
had a plan
retain
then.
power?
The
And what
Congress said
happened?
we will talk
I
about the
think
common
that,
man. Which is your plan today? What
Rajiv
plan do you
Pandey will
have?
respond to you. Rajiv Pandey.
Give a good example.
The opposition is waiting for their India shining moment. They want to sit back, not do anything, Rajiv. But they really hope and pray they will get a chance in 2024, Rajiv.
Sumanji was saying the same line on this channel only in May 2019, April 2019, that this is going to happen. What I am saying, he is not understanding that country has changed from... in 2004 we lost and then country has paid for what? Do you remember what has happened between 2004 to 14? What kind of things has happened in this country?
Actually,
What kind
the
of
thing
do you
I remember
remember?
is the economic growth
That's
was
why
much
people have
faster.
rejected Congress party.
Economic growth
And I'm
was
telling
much
you,
faster between
mark my
2004
word,
and 14. I'm sorry
BJP
to say
is
this.
going to win
Okay.
That's a
350
fact.
seats in this country. Mark my word,
Economic
282
growth
to
was
303.
faster.
All right,
Now it
Rajiv
will be
Pandey
353.
says
Don't
350
worry.
plus for the BJP
And
come
India weathered the
2024.
2008 global
Suman
economic
says it's
crisis
too
extremely
early.
well.
The jury is out. Zeba and all gentlemen, thank you so much. Only for what of time, but this, remember, is going to be our top focus through the next many months because we'll keep having these conversations. Thank you for your time to all of you, and I want to take it across to Abhishek now, who's taking ahead this edition of The Burning Question.
Thank you so much, Deepthi. The political debate will go on, the national executive there tomorrow as well for the BJP. But I'm discussing a little more important issue concerning national security after Delhi police busted this terror module with Khalistani Pakistani links. There is a clear plan emerging of the Pakistani ISI and the deep state of fomenting Hindu phobia in the country. And we have seen cases after cases coming in. This terror plot in the national capital. Two accused, in fact, have admitted that they killed, in fact, beheaded a man just to prove to the ISI that they can do this. And then they were to be tasked with killing of Hindu right-wing and possibly BJP, RSS leaders and create trouble in the country along communal lines, communal strife. Let's try to understand what's Pakistan really up to. Let's look at this package and then we come back to discuss this with some security experts and guests from Pakistan.
Two history cheaters beheaded a Hindu man, chopped him into pieces and filmed him. They sent the video to their handlers in Pakistan. All of this unfolded in the heart of the national capital.
Since last few months they were staying together and their respective handlers had given them tasks to carry out. As a proof of their capability, Jagjit and Naushad, they had killed a Hindu boy, a Hindu youth I would say, and conveyed the same to their handlers as a proof of their capability. They were further tasked to identify and do the reconnaissance of right-wing Hindu leaders of Punjab and nearby states. But before they could have done anything, they have been arrested.
The story does not end there. There seems to be a larger plot, a larger hate killing. It is learned that Shiv Sena and Bajrang Dal workers were under their target and that the terror suspects were being paid in installments via hawala. Jagjit Singh was working on directions of Arshadullah, who was being funded by ISI to carry out terror activities in Delhi and other states. The police is acting on associates of Bambiha gang. Pro-Khalistan terrorists are also under the scanner. But with this terror act unfolding in the national capital, especially to target Hindu leaders, can the threat to life of Hindu leaders still be denied? Bureau Report, Republic TV.
All right, dangerous diabolical plan being hatched by the Pakistani ISI. Of course, not the first time, but let's try to discuss that in some detail and understand what's really Pakistan up to. Joining me, I believe, in a bit, General K.K. Sinha, defense expert. He would be live from Delhi. Major General Dhruv Katoch, I think he's already there. In fact, all my guests are there. Defense expert live from Delhi. Very good evening, sirs. And then we have from Pakistan, Pakistani journalist Hina Chaudhary, and she, I believe, joins not yet, and Barrister Humayun Chatta, political analyst. If I could begin with you, Barrister, what's Pakistan really up to? You know, these two terrorists that have been caught by Delhi police have admitted to links with their handlers in Pakistan belonging to the Lashkar-e-Taiba and the ISI. From their mobile phones, videos have been found of a beheading, which they did just to prove to the ISI that they are capable of doing this, following which they were going to be given targets to create communal problem in India by targeting Hindu leaders, BJP, RSS leaders. I mean, are you really in your right mind, the Pakistani deep state particularly? You don't have wheat flour to eat, you are having food riots, you have lawyers, carrying out killings inside the courts. And with such a mess in your country, trying to create a replica in India, I mean, for God's sake, what's the plan really?
Well, may I ask you when our elections are going to happen in India? Are they happening this year?
What? No. What's the connection? What's the connection?
I think the events which are emerging in India, they are a sign that elections are going to happen very soon in India because India has started blaming Pakistan without having any evidence against Pakistan or its institutions. I think India should show some responsibility and should not blame Pakistan without any cogent evidence. I think there is a need to bridge these gaps between India and Pakistan so that we can share some kind of information between in our institutions, so that we can have better communication with each other, so that we do not blame each other without having any clear evidence or any strong evidence which is required to raise our finger against any other country. So I think that's actually my feeling, or that's what I am getting from Indian media, that they are constantly blaming Pakistan and they are plotting every day and night incidents against ISI or the Pakistan army. And I don't think there is any link between these institutions, between these incidents and Pakistan. So I think India should play a very responsible role.
Pakistan is that innocent, pure country which can't make its wheat, which can't make its population, which can't make enough food for its population, which does not have forex reserves to last for 20 days. It's in a mess. It's going with a begging bowl. The Prime Minister of Pakistan is ashamed of himself that he has to go every couple of months with a begging bowl and ask for alms, sometimes from friends, sometimes from international institutions. So, General Sinha, it's really unfortunate that our Pakistani guests, despite the fact that they really don't know where their country is heading.
Barrister, you have your say.
No. You have got your opportunity. I'll come back to you. Let me just open this debate. Let me just get some comments from General Sinha also. General Sinha, this terror module has clear Lashkar-e-Taiba and ISI links. They have admitted that they were being handled through Khalistani agents sitting across the border, as also in Canada, for example. It's not new. Pakistan's Khalistan project is parallel to Kashmir. And we have seen how they have in fact abused, misused the Kartarpur corridor also. General Sinha, what are the options really available with India? What can we do with this kind of neighbor who, I mean, as it is said in Urdu, hum to doobenge sanam, tumhe bhi le doobenge. I mean, that kind of mindset really. But it's unfortunate I have to use that. What can be done, General Sinha, about this kind of neighbor really?
Good evening, Abhishek and Barrister. I was hearing, he was asking that there is no linkages and whether there is election in India. Okay, you have asked a very pertinent question.
General Sinha, are you getting me?
And you have given.
There's some audio issues speaking, but I can't get.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead, General Sinha. I'm getting you now.
Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, General Sinha, we can all hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir. Okay, I'm getting you now. So my question
good evening.
what can India do with a neighbor like this? Hell-bent on creating problems for us, spreading terror, and just not happy that we are doing so well while they really struggle.
Yeah, good evening, Abhishek. I heard this thing and I heard the barrister also. You asked a very important question, and Barrister started, whether there is an election in India, and that's why all these things are coming up. Mr. Barrister, you must understand, and Abhishek, basically the linkages of Nausad, Harkat-ul-Ansar, and, KLF, Khalistan Liberation Force, which you very aptly brought it out when, this corridor was opened. They had unleashed a K2 plan. Khalistan and Kashmir plan, and Harkat-ul-Ansar, if in this guy is 10 years he has been in prison and for double murder case. So I don't have to tell and specify this gentleman, Barrister, but we have said, what should be done. That is important. We have unearthed this and, decapitalization of a body and sending as a proof so that they can do it and that target killing in India. You see, the time has come when we have got all these evidences, and it has not started today. 9th May, when 2002 to this year, last year, Jahangirpuri violence, followed by, the people who are coming from there, from BKI, that is Babar Khalsa International and Khalistan Liberation Force, with evidence. These are, with a bounty in their head, and we have carried out, absolutely a surgical strike within the capital with pinpoint accuracy and getting them. Now what we have to do, the retribution has to be done with Pakistan. The retribution has been done because that the way we are marching ahead, of course, the way the Pakistan is going down, the way, what is the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan has, already, they have declared from Rahmiyar Khan right up to Gilgit-Baltistan area. Absolutely. I'm just telling this barrister, what he was saying, what is going to happen. Even from Gilgit-Baltistan, the 12 days there, the people wants to join the Indian in India. They want to open up with the Kargil. So these things are the background. What has to be done? Abhishek is very, very simple. The retribution has to be done. And
I would. Yeah, something has to be done, obviously, and I'm sure our security establishment knows what needs to be done. I will come to General Katoch for more options, but I'm told Hina Chaudhary, the Pakistani journalist, has joined us. Hina, if I could come to you for your comments. Barrister Chatta has really wrung his hands off Pakistani role. He in fact says that no, we are not doing it. It could be connected with some election process. I don't know what he was saying, but can you be a little more honest, Hina? You remember that famous Hillary Clinton quote that if you rear snakes in your backyard, they are going to come and bite you. And whatever is happening in Pakistan, in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, with the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, with even the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan, the Afghan Taliban, the wheat riots and the general strife that Pakistan is going through. I think you can be a little more honest. Please focus on your own country. Please spare India the trouble that you are creating with this Khalistani project. Unfortunately, Hina Chaudhary, can you be a little more honest about it?
We have been honest since ages, but I don't know why you people are not accepting the reality, and I really want to give this reality check to the Indian community. Of course, there is anti-Pakistan sentiment in India, and we do understand it. But
don't
this
talk
is the
down.
reality.
Don't talk
India
down.
is
Don't
nation.
have this.
India
Don't have this arrogance, Hina. Don't have this arrogance. Don't show us this arrogance, Hina.
Okay.
You are in doldrums.
Let me
you are
speak.
hand to mouth.
Can I
Your
say
prime
something?
minister is ashamed of begging and yet has no
quote
option.
something?
Don't say that I want to
Will you
tell
allow me
Indian
to say
community.
something? Or you
Hina,
want to only say your own narratives?
At least be polite. At least be polite. You are talking to a country.
India.
At least be polite.
Let me speak. This is very good for you. This would be very good for you for your information. India ranked number 4 in religious terrorism, and we have not attached terrorism with this state of India. It's I'm talking about the American Commission for International Religious Freedom. You know about this commission, and every year India has been nominated as biggest violator of minorities' rights. I have not quoted this. Pakistan has not said this. Your most reliable
please don't speak for our minorities. Focus on your own country. Hina, for God's sake,
another thing,
you are suffering from some kind of Stockholm syndrome with the terrorists in your own land. You are suffering from some Stockholm syndrome with the radical fundamentalists in your own country. Hina, it's not going to help you, for God's sake, for the future of your own children, grandchildren, future generations. Please amend yourself. That's very unfortunate. General Katoch, this is really unfortunate of Pakistani guests to be not introspecting at all. I'm providing them such polite platform. Hina, hold on. In such a polite manner, I'm providing you platform where you can really introspect. In fact, if there is a possibility, India can help you. We had this Bajwa doctrine. We had this. Okay. Let me take this to General Katoch. General Katoch, sir, can we do something about this? Pakistan remains, or these Pakistani guests remain in perpetual denial about what their deep state is doing to themselves. We can, of course, take care of ourselves, General Katoch. You think this busting of this terror module by Delhi police would have happened without us being capable of really taking care of our security interests and telling Pakistan to really go to hell, for God's sake, but not
India
disturb us? General Katoch?
In religious terrorism, do you understand this?
I think.
Hold on, Hina. Let General Katoch respond.
Right. Let us say what Hina says is right. And Muslims are unsafe in India. Let us presume so. Why do hundreds and thousands of Muslims in Pakistan want to come to India? Why do they want to come to India? And there is not a single Muslim in India who wants to go to Pakistan.
We never wanted to be a part
of
India.
Oh, yes. And for you, young lady, I want to tell you one thing. When the situation gets bad in Pakistan, we will get you here also. Right? Millions of you, millions of Pakistanis will want to cross the border.
Please support Indians. Right? Please support minorities in your nation, in your country.
In Gilgit-Baltistan, every single Muslim wants to leave Pakistan and join India. That is a fact.
Every Sikh community member.
Yes. Just one minute. A survey carried out in Pakistan. A survey carried out in Pakistan by Pakistanis.
Don't speak for Kashmiris, Hina. You don't have the right. See what's happening. Pak-occupied Kashmir. See what's happening in Gilgit-Baltistan, Hina. Should I hold a mirror to you with the pictures? If I can have the direction to put the pictures of Gilgit-Baltistan, the story we have been covering for a few days now.
Last 13 days, they are not your good folks.
Can you allow me?
No, Pakistan has got certain strengths. I'll tell you what they are. Pakistani strengths. Your population has increased 7 times since 1947. Right? Your poverty rate has increased 7 times also. This is what you can do. Besides producing children and producing children, what have you produced? You are a
And
bankrupt country.
20%
I don't understand.
You have,
Sir,
you have committed genocide.
I don't understand, sir.
You have committed
Abhishek,
genocide in
can you,
Balochistan.
Jal Katot,
You
sir.
have
Can I add
committed
something?
genocide in
Jal
every
Katot, sir.
part of Pakistan.
Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Hina, give me a moment. I'm taking this forward. Give me a moment. I have to involve Deshratan Nigam, also very senior advocate of the Supreme Court. You know, he's with us. Nigam Saab, you know, recently we had these reports coming in from Pakistan. Hina and Barrister Chatta would know more than us, in fact. They're very senior veteran journalist Hamid Mir. He wrote an article where he said that there were some back channel talks happening between India and Pakistan. The most operative part of which was that the then Pakistan Army leadership of General Bajwa and General Faiz Hamid, who was the ISI chief, they tried to convince Imran Khan that please, for God's sake, forget about fingering India, forget about creating trouble for India. Kashmir is a 20-year project. Let's forget Kashmir for 20 years. We will try to solve it. Let's buy peace with India. And you know why? Pakistani army said that, Nigam Saab, because Pakistani army, more than these civilians in Pakistan, knows that they are fighting with their back to the wall. Pakistan's survival is at stake, Mr. Nigam. And yet we have these very naive Pakistani guests who don't know, because of their Stockholm syndrome with the Pakistani deep state, with the terrorists, with the religious fundamentalists, that what kind of cancer is spreading in Pakistani society, and something needs to be done about it, Mr. Nigam.
Abhishek, in fact, I think Pakistan ignored so many, indicators time and again to its own peril. The terrorism, the snakes that they domesticated in their backyard started biting them, and even then they did not realize. And borrowing from others and then funding terrorism is a great issue with them. And look at the designated terrorists from the United Nations. Most of them are from Pakistan. They said Masood Azhar does not stay there. All the time he was roaming around. And Osama bin Laden was also found there. So ultimately, if you live in denial, so ultimately then you have to, your back has to be towards the wall. Today, Pakistan, look at the, in POJK and Gilgit-Baltistan, what is the slogans that are coming? Kargil road khol do, aar paar jod do. So this is the kind of slogan. That means they don't want to stay with Pakistan, and this is all over the social media. These videos.
Okay.
If you remain in denial, you would be doing injustice to Pakistan and will be, digging your own grave. That is where, and your leadership is clueless. Absolutely clueless as to what to do.
Mr. Nigam.
Yes.
I'm coming to you, Barrister Chatta. I'm coming to you, Barrister Chatta and Hina. I will give each one of you exactly 45 seconds because I am told I have 2 minutes left. Barrister Chatta, first to you and then Hina. What can India do to help you come out of your Stockholm syndrome? Can we do something for you? You are creating trouble for us, but for example, if I want to help you, what can we do for you? You are really naive to not know that 39 globally designated terrorists live on your territory. Barrister Chatta.
Sir, Abhishek sir, first of all, I would say you stop blaming Pakistan and take responsibility for your acts. Sikhs have their own.
I'm not blaming, I'm asking how can I help you? Come out of your naivety, of your Stockholm syndrome, of your not knowing what you are doing to yourself.
That they're taking any help from Pakistan. Pakistan is not giving them any kind of help. Whatever they are doing their own. You should solve the resentment. You should give rights to the people of Kashmir. And with that, let me complete.
Again. Kashmir, Faiz Hamid and ISI chief would have known much more than you, Barrister Chatta. Hina, your 45 seconds. What can I do to help you? What can India do to help you come out of your Stockholm syndrome?
We don't
not
need
sympathize with these terrorists and these deep state machinations to create trouble in India. What can I do to help you?
For 45 minutes.
Biggest violator of minorities' rights. You have been quoted by India, your most favorite strategic partner, and also
I was asking about you.
The Sikh community is not
if
okay
you
to
have fever, you need a paracetamol. I don't need.
Sikh community is not
if
okay
you
with
have
that.
a throat infection, you need antibiotic. I don't need.
With Sikh community, Indians are not okay. You are not
For God's sake, Gujarat is
accept
the
different
most prosperous
ethnicities.
state in the country.
You promote and provoke people
Including
on
the
the basis
Muslims
your
of
Hindutva
Gujarat.
policy. RSS
They are the
is
most
standard
prosperous
organization.
Muslims anywhere in
RSS
India.
is a world recognized
Hina, for God's
terrorist
sake,
organization in
worry
the
about
world.
yourself.
RSS
I
is
think
based on Hindutva policy. You don't want a peace in nation.
Pakistan has requested
Okay, last
number
word
of
to General
times in the
Sinha.
United
Last word to
Nations
General
that
Sinha.
India should go for
Last word to
platform.
General Sinha. Last word to General Sinha, sir. 30 seconds.
Please listen.
Last word to you.
You know, Abhishek asked the last thing, what we can do for you. You know, what we can do for you are the people of the, you know, in
We want you to do
Pakistan, they're what they're
something for
saying.
Indian and
They
Indian
want to join it. And the same, the Balochistan people are also saying, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa is saying. You know, Abhishek was asking a very innocent question and a very, very apt question from you. What we can do for help to you. And I can give you the reply on your behalf. Because, Hina, you don't understand this. You know what is the temperature in Pakistan? It is minus 25. And last 13 days, people are now agitating from there.
For God's
and
sake.
what are, you know, what this
Okay,
Nigam
General Sinha.
he has brought it out.
I
They
think-
want to open and join us. That is the only solution left.
India
Hina,
is a
you guys-
place where there is a threat to
I think,
humanity.
sir,
Yeah,
I think,
okay,
sir,
Hina,
I think,
Hina,
sir,
don't worry.
our
You
panelists
see the
from
way
the
the
India
Eastern
side
Pakistan
have
is
really made some
happening.
valid points, including me
What we did
in
is-
offering help to Pakistan to really come out of this fear of their own deep state. These Pakistani guests have really, you know, it's unfortunate that despite being in a dungeon of sorts, insofar as their economic parameters are concerned, not being able to take care of their own population, terrorism is spreading everywhere, insurgency in Balochistan, lawyers killing each other during bar elections in Karachi, and of course, we know what's happening in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Gilgit-Baltistan. It's a nation crying for help, but does not have the mind to understand how it can procure it. Its prime minister is ashamed, of course, of begging, but it seems it is not going to end, unfortunately. We have to deal, of course, with our security issues in the best possible manner, and our security agencies know it. And that's why the Delhi terror module was busted and all possible mayhem prevented. And of course, our security agencies will continue to do that. On that note, I have to bring to an end this conversation. Thank you so much, General Sinha, General Dhruv Katoch, Desh Ratan Nigam, and on the Pakistani side, Hina Chaudhary and Barrister Chatta. A short break, and on the other side, Arnab Goswami back with the important stories of the day, with the most important one, the political debate in the backdrop of the National Executive and the BJP discussing all the abuses that have been hurled at the Prime Minister by the opposition. On the other side.
Pakistan Prime Minister admits economy is in shambles. Pakistan descends into complete chaos. The reality of Pakistan, protests, food riots and economic crisis. Debating tonight, 10:30 p.m.
A stunning revelation has come to fore where the Delhi Police Special Cell Unit have arrested Jagjit Singh Jassa and Naushad over their involvement in terror activities and trying to disrupt the Republic Day parade. Now, there was another major breakthrough that was achieved by the Delhi Police Special Cell after it was able to get some hand grenades from at Bhalfa Dairy. There are also now reports that perhaps Naushad and Jagjit Singh Jassa would have also been involved in a target killing.
Rescue operations have been launched by police, army as well as the SDRF as far as the Sarbal, Gandarbal is concerned, because 172 labourers who have been working on the Zojila tunnel today morning have been shifted to the safer location. Yesterday evening the place witnessed 2 of launches, and because of their launch the minor damage was reported to